you get 50% off. Go to mypillow.com, use promo code USA.
Thinking of making some extra money working for a ride service? You may throw things into reverse after hearing this report from USA's Chris Barnes.
Despite promises from the companies that you'll make lots of easy side money, a report says the vast majority of Uber and Lyft drivers are taking home less than minimum wage from those jobs. Researchers from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology reporting the median pre-tax profit earned from driving is $3.37 an hour after taking expenses into account. They say that means more than 70% of drivers are earning less than their state's minimum wage. 30% are actually losing money once vehicle expenses are included. For USA Radio News, I'm Chris Barnes.
Actor Alec Baldwin trolled President Trump in a tweet today, telling him to ask First Lady Melania Trump to stop calling me for SNL tickets after President Trump attacked him on Twitter. He then tweeted, "Hey Melania, we've got Charles Barkley this Saturday." Baldwin also mocked Trump's future presidential library, predicting it would contain a putting green and a live Twitter feed for visitors to post on. Baldwin's tweets come after Trump took to Twitter early this morning to slam Baldwin, calling his SNL impression terrible, noting Alec Baldwin, whose dying mediocre career was saved by his terrible impersonation of me on SNL, now says playing me was agony. For USA Radio News, I'm Wendy King.
Are you ready to leave your corporate job behind and be your own boss? Have you ever dreamed of owning a business? Do you have $50,000 or more sitting around in a 401k? If you answered yes, it's time to invest in yourself by buying or starting a business or franchise. IRS code allows you to use money in a 401k to invest in a business with absolutely no penalties or taxes. At Guidant Financial, we've helped more than 11,000 entrepreneurs invest $3 billion in retirement assets into the small businesses and franchises of their dreams. So if you've got $50,000 or more in a 401k and you're looking for a way to start a business, call Guidant Financial now for free information and to learn more. Operators are standing by for your call. 800-570-6630. 800-570-6630. 800-570-6630. That's 800-570-6630.
Welcome to the Garden America radio show, the country's most listened to gardening program. This is your chance to talk about gardening, horticulture, landscaping, in fact, anything that has to do in the world of gardening. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or send us your questions and comments to john@gardenamerica.com. Now, here's Bryan, Maine, John Bagnasco, and Tiger Palafox on Biz Talk Radio and the Garden America Radio Network.
Good Saturday morning. It is 6 minutes after the hour. We are back. It's your garden buddies right here on Garden America. Bryan, Maine, John Bagnasco, Tiger Palafox. We are back for the next couple of hours. And for our friends on AM 1240, you get the first hour, but the replay in Los Angeles, Santa Barbara, and most of Southern California. That replay coming up at 2 p.m. this afternoon, 2 to 3. So if you missed any of the show, you can listen to that frequency, the good folks who are bringing you Garden America. Also, Facebook Live. All of you tuning in right now, I want to say hi to you, Facebook Live. And just thank you so much for making us part of your Saturday morning. As a weekend, John obviously is busy on his phone texting. Tiger, it's busy this morning. He's multitasking.
I'm sending you a picture, Bryan.
I said multitasking. Wow. A picture?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You love pictures.
I do love it. Is this one that you want me to post?
Well, I don't know. See, what it is, it's a picture of butterfly amaryllis.
How many times have I asked you for a picture of butterfly amaryllis?
Well, remember I told you I was going to give you some bulbs?
Yes.
And now you can see what they would look like and decide if you really want them.
Of course I want them.
Which one email do I go to?
You'll go to bmain22@gmail.com.
Well, now everybody out there knows your private email.
Well, I get stalked all the time. Email stalkers are out there. Hey, Kathy Ray Pearson's making cinnamon rolls, I think. Can you smell them?
I can smell them. Oh, those are my favorite.
They're coming right through the microphone, Kathy. Good job.
Man.
What is this like? I know what smell-o-vision is. This must be smell-o-radio?
Smell-o-radio.
Or smell-o-Facebook Live?
Yeah.
So thank you for that. Questions, comments on Facebook. You can also call us at 855-424-9825. John likes to get emails and read them out loud. John at gardenamerica.com.
I do.
Of course you do.
There's a lot of things I like. This is a weird time of year.
Oh, the big rainstorm in San Diego, storm watch.
Yeah,
My
well,
gosh.
depending on where you are in the country, you just never know what's going to happen. The weather can change so quickly.
But they told us it was going to be floods and landslides.
Yeah,
and
we got maybe, what did Tiger say, 1/4 of an inch?
No, we're
Not even
supposed
that
to
much.
get 1/4 an inch. I think we got maybe a 1/10.
It's just like spitting, enough to get your car dirty.
Well, my brother in Michigan
Oh, good luck.
sent me a text, and
Is this Dave?
yeah, my brother Dave.
I like Dave. I think I like Dave better than you. I just realized that the other day. You were on my top 10 list. You're number 2. Dave went to number 1. But that could change next week, John.
Well, you did say that if he ever moved to San Diego, I'd be out of a job. I don't blame you. But anyway, he was with my nephew, Anthony, and he says, Anthony and I just went on a bike ride Tuesday. It was 60 degrees. 2 days later, the high was 29 and 8 inches of snow.
Wow.
So no bike ride that day, I would assume.
No bike ride that day.
Yeah, the weather
We'd have
back
to go
east.
sledding or skiing.
Yeah, back east this year, the weather's been very dramatic. 65, 70 one day and back in the 20s the day after.
What was January and the first part of February? It was in 80s, 90s, every
Yeah.
single day.
Yeah.
Well, and we're talking with Ken Lane, who's in Prescott, Arizona this morning. That's who we're going to be talking with in our first interview.
Uh-huh.
And I was looking at the weather. The Prescott, Arizona weather is the same as San Diego right now. It's the exact same temperature.
Same thing.
Partly cloudy, a little bit of sprinkles happening. They get a little colder at night.
Yeah, they do.
But it's only like 5 to, that's a lot, 5 to 10 degrees. But
Yeah.
still.
They make the difference between freezing and not freezing.
That is
That's
true.
my old stomping grounds when I went to school in northern Arizona
Well,
University. Love that area of the
A lot
country.
of people think all of Arizona is the same climate.
You know what? That is so true. When I told people that it snowed in Flagstaff, they go, "Well, how could it snow? It's all desert."
Yeah.
No. Once you get halfway between Phoenix and Flagstaff, you're going up to 7,000 feet. Flagstaff is higher than Denver. It's over 7,000 feet, and it gets cold and snows.
Hey, you know who just joined our Facebook?
Let me turn around and take a look.
Our old buddy Ed Livo.
Ed Livo. How about a big shout out to Ed Livo?
Yeah, Ed is probably one of the world's leading experts on fruit trees. And a really nice guy.
And a really nice guy.
Right.
Ed Livo, welcome to the show. Welcome to Facebook Live. He also, too, I want to...
He and my wife have something in common.
What's that?
Well, besides the fact they're both blonde, they're both Finnish.
They're both Finnish blondes. Finnish, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Not like Finny, which is finished in French.
No, not
Okay.
like that.
Okay.
Like they're from Finland.
Right. Hey, we do want to
Not all
remind...
Finns are blonde, by the way. A lot of them have dark hair, black hair.
Keep going.
From the northern part of Finland.
Don't worry,
the
Garden America Radio could wait.
Laplanders.
Yeah, we got keep going. This is great. I want to hear about the people in Spain now. I want to hear about olive skin people.
Well, you'll have to talk to Tiger about that.
Hey, very soon we're going to have our YouTube page up and running with some exciting plans. That said, once we do, we're going to need a lot of subscribers. So when we get that up and running, we'll let you know, and then we'll be trolling for subscribers. So keep that in mind. YouTube page coming soon, Garden America, with a lot of great videos, a lot of good information, hopefully some fun, and that is in the works right now as we speak. Actually, I should say Tiger's going to be working on that, along with maybe some other people, obviously, that are involved.
Yeah.
But that's what's going on, John, in case you wanted a recap of what we're doing.
Yeah, I brought my pen and
Write
paper
that
today.
down.
I'm going to write that down. You know, something else that's finally starting.
I did read the newsletter, by the way, so go.
You did?
Yeah, I wanted you to be proud of me.
I know why you read the newsletter, too. You like that picture of the raccoons and the cat with the mask on it.
Beautiful. Yeah, it was and the imposter rose.
Right.
That was beautiful.
Yeah,
Yes.
I thought that was a perfect picture.
Yep.
What was I going to say? What was I talking about?
I disrupted your train of thought. Idea for another one of my
don't know.
cartoons. Train of thought.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
You're on top
By
of
the way,
that.
we got a shout out from John in Overgard, Arizona. Where's Overgard?
I've never heard of Overgard.
I wonder if that's near the Sholo area.
I
or
don't
if
know.
it's up in Prescott area.
Somebody
I don't know.
let us know, because like I say, living in Arizona for a long time, I'm familiar with a lot of those those places, Prescott, Sedona, all those places,
Well,
besides
John,
Phoenix and Flagstaff.
Yeah, there on Facebook. You can just type in, let us know where Overguard is.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all the Facebook views. John, one thing we do every week about this time is the quote of the week, which people are waiting with, shall I say, bated breath?
You know, we do it this time almost every week, and almost rarely am I ever ready when you say that.
I do that on purpose. So that people can watch you get on your computer and type away and try to find it.
Well, anyway, this quote is from Helen Hayes.
Do you know when I first realized who Helen Hayes was? Because she's before my time. The movie Airport, which came out in 1970.
Oh, yeah.
With
That was
Dean
one
Martin,
of her later movies.
Dean Martin and Jacqueline Bisset.
Yeah.
And I remember the older lady and my folks saying, oh, that's Helen Hayes, and giving me the whole background. And that's how I remember Helen Hayes.
You don't remember Helen Hayes and Lillian Gish?
Well, Lillian Gish, silent films.
Yeah, well, Helen Hayes was also, wasn't she?
Probably.
I mean, she was around that time. Anyway, she said, all through the long winter, I dream of my garden. On the first day of spring, I dig my fingers deep into the soft earth, and I can feel the energy in my spirit soar.
How do we know people really said these things?
It doesn't make any difference. Does it really make a difference?
I guess not. When's the last time that you heard somebody come out with a quote recently that was, written down someplace and then somebody repeated it?
Well, I have noticed through the internet that people seem to think if it's on the internet, it must be true.
Right.
And
it's not.
And I've seen people type in some quotes that I look at them and I think that doesn't even make sense. and it gets, because people copy things from different sites, it spreads from one site to another. And there was one quote from Liberty Hyde Bailey, who was a horticulturist from the early 1900s, and I happened to have a copy of his book that supposedly came from. So I went back and looked it up, and they had left out a couple words from the quote.
So it changed the whole quote.
So it changed the whole quote, and if you put those words in, it made sense.
Or it'll be quoted by Justin Bieber, and you'd be like, wait a minute. No, I've heard that before.
By the way, it's close to Sholo, Arizona.
Yeah.
I guessed that. That was pretty good.
That was good.
It's in between. It's south of Flagstaff, north of Phoenix, and we're talking about where Overguard is, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and a little bit east.
Well, Prescott's right in the middle of the state, right?
Yeah, pretty close, right. Heading down.
East of Prescott.
Heading down, up, depending upon where you're going. North if you're going to Flagstaff, south if you're going to Phoenix. Hey, we've got a guest who is standing by ready to go after the break. Give us a little tease, Tiger.
Yeah, we're going to be talking to a fellow radio personality from Arizona, the mountain gardener Ken Lane with Waters Gardens. We're going to be talking a little bit about how people have to grow things differently in a dry, cold climate like what he lives in. So it'll be fun to find out some
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Okay, so Ken's coming up next. Stay with us. It is 60 minutes after the hour. We expect questions for Ken, also ourselves, and there are 3 ways to do that. You can do it on Facebook.
Yep.
Right? Write your questions and comments on Facebook. You can also email John at gardenamerica.com or give us a call. Number 3, 855-424-9825.
All right.
Hi, this is gardening expert Melinda Myers. Keeping the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite slow-release nitrogen fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 10 weeks. The non-burning, non-leaching formula provides a slow and consistent flow of nutrients. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for over 90 years. Milorganite for better results. Visit milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
Do you have a small yard and think you don't have the room for fruit trees? Well, think again. Dave Wilson Nursery wants to show you how to grow great tasting fruits like peaches, apples, pluots, and much more in small areas, even in patio containers too. It's called Backyard Orchard Culture. You get step-by-step information via the Fruit Tube videos at davewilson.com. That's where you'll find the closest nursery to you that carries Dave Wilson's quality fruit trees. Start the backyard orchard of your dreams at davewilson.com.
Hey travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right. Call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1769. 855-325-1769. That's 855-325-1769.
If you're suffering from hearing loss, stay tuned for a special offer from the makers of Listen Clear, a revolutionary hearing aid breakthrough designed by top audio engineers to fit your ear almost invisibly. Right now, you can try Listen Clear hearing aids absolutely free for 45 days. You can also qualify for free shipping and free batteries for life. Listen Clear hearing aids are so lightweight and comfortable, you can wear them all day long. They're practically invisible, too, so others won't even notice you're wearing them. And the best part is, you'll be able to hear almost everything, everywhere. So do something about your hearing loss. Call Listen Clear now to get started with your 45-day risk-free hearing aid trial. This special offer won't be available for long, so call Listen Clear now.
800-716-4650. 800-716-4650. 800-716-4650. We're here 24 hours a day to help. That's 800-716-4650. If you're one of the millions of Americans who can't work because of a serious injury or illness, you may be eligible for disability benefits from Social Security. Receiving benefits is your right. It doesn't matter if you've applied before and the government has said no. Let the experienced attorneys at Bill Gordon and Associates help you get the Social Security disability you deserve. Their team of attorneys have been fighting for benefits for people just like you for over 20 years. And best of all, there's no fee until you receive your benefits. There are many conditions that make you eligible, including some you may not even be aware of. So if you're disabled and unable to work, call Bill Gordon and Associates today for your free, no-obligation consultation. See if you qualify for the Social Security benefits you need and deserve. 800-470-4453. 800-470-4453. That's 800-470-4453.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America radio show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
And also questions, comments right here on Facebook Live. Thank you so much for tuning in. We do appreciate it. It is 21 minutes after the hour, 855-424-9825 if you want to use the telephone, or John at gardenamerica.com. A lot of Facebook viewers right now. And Tiger, we are ready to speak with Ken.
All right. So this morning we have Ken Lane with Waters Garden, and he's known as the Mountain Gardener. Also has his own radio program that he does up there in Arizona.
So he's not nervous about this?
No, I highly doubt that. But it's exciting because, as I mentioned before the start of this section of the program, he's in a part of Arizona which is kind of a similar climate to us, but then gets a lot colder.
A lot colder, yes.
And a lot drier even than us. So we're excited to see what kind of things they do differently, and maybe we can kind of spread to our listeners to allow them to grow
Absolutely.
some things. Ken, good morning. Are you there, Ken?
Hello, Ken. Okay, well,
Zach,
that was quite a build-up.
It was. Well,
I don't know how you're going to follow that up next time when we do get Ken on.
Well, Zach, he was a little bit late.
Zach was late getting in. So I'm going to, as you'll see on Facebook, I'm going to turn over here to the computer, and I'm going to communicate, with our board op. In the meantime, just talk amongst yourselves, shall you?
Yeah.
Shall you?
Shall I? So,
did you see the? Bryan mentioned that he looked at the newsletter. Did you also look at the newsletter?
I did, yes.
Because I was looking what inspired me to do the Did You Know column was in my yard, the paintbrush lilies are all in full bloom.
Uh-huh.
And that's such an easy bulb to grow. It grows in the shade, and this time of year, it's in full bloom like that.
But now, is it normally in full bloom during this time of year?
Yes.
In March, late February, March?
Yes.
Because I always thought it was something that kind of came up when, like the what were they, the freesias and things came up a lot later. No?
No, mine always blooms this time of year.
Really?
Maybe it depends on your climate.
Uh-huh.
But this one I have. This one is actually, used to be called Hemathus, but now it's Scadoxus. In Scadoxus, the difference between, I know you're wondering the difference between the two. I can tell that this has always bothered you. Hemathus have 2 leaves when they come out of the bulb. That's it. That's all they ever have is the 2 leaves. And Scadoxus is, if you look at the picture in the newsletter, you can see that it has multiple leaves.
Is there a cure for Scadoxus?
There is. The cure would be getting our guest on.
Okay, so here's the story. The number that he has is not connecting. We want to verify that number.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And so he's got the number on the screen, on my computer screen. I don't know how, I don't think we want to say this publicly.
No.
Why don't you write it down, the number you have, and hand it to me, Tiger?
Got it.
I know he's listening. Ken, I know you're listening right now and watching us on Facebook. We want to make sure that we've got the correct number because it was not connecting.
Well, he
could be a number off.
He put on Facebook, he said, are you guys calling on my cell phone?
Okay. This must be just wonderful for you to watch on Facebook, even better for those listening on the radio.
But I have a question regarding that identification of the bulb you had mentioned, John.
Right. Okay. You know what?
So the flower's the same, though.
The same as what?
Well, you were saying the Scadanthus and the...
Well, the flowers are all your Scadoxus and the Hemathus
are the same.
Right. If
so the only difference...
the two, you would get Scadanthus.
So the only difference then is the foliage. Because that's how they identify it then. One has the 2 leaves coming out.
They are related. Is that what you're getting at? Are they related at all?
No, I'm just wondering how somebody decided to change the name.
Oh, we've talked about this.
Well, no. But
people get degrees in
just
taxonomy.
So they can change names. Yeah, but
what do you do if you have a degree in taxonomy? You've got to change a name.
Yeah,
otherwise you're
useless. Put your name into it.
Right.
The Scadanthus Bagnasco.
There you go.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. So that was probably, somewhat interesting for those watching on Facebook, everything we just did here the last, couple of 2 or 3 minutes with the passing back and forth of the laptop, and those on the radio are just trying to visualize all this. But you guys kept good radio going, so thank you. We were one number off, I believe.
Uh-oh.
So we're going to get Ken on here probably in the next minute or so. And in the meantime, great job on what you were talking about, the bulbs and all that, and people are just waiting with bated breath once again for your next comment, John.
I also have, if you want any of the paintbrush lilies, I also have some bulbs there that I can dig up for you. And I know you've been really busy. You haven't looked at the butterfly amaryllis yet, right?
Have not yet, no.
Okay,
because
that'll be on your Facebook. You can look at that during the break.
Oh, it gives me something to do.
That's right.
That's going to be fun.
I think there's 15 different flowering stems on that one plant.
Wow.
The butterfly amaryllis. The only problem is you wait all year for these flowers, and then they last about 2 weeks, and that's it.
That's it? Really?
Short.
Yeah.
So it's 2 weeks of bliss?
Yeah.
Well, the picture looks like it.
This is what you want to give me, 2 weeks of really? Seriously?
There's people in the world who don't even get 2 weeks, Brian.
Yeah. He's gonna take up one pot on his patio for only 2 weeks.
Really? Yes.
But the leaves are really shiny and it looks pretty even without the bloom.
I could take a picture. It'll last longer, right?
There you
Just
go.
put a picture in the pot.
I was going to ask you, speaking of bulbs now, your Velthemia, has that started to come back or did you throw it away?
It didn't come back.
So you threw it away?
Well, it was dead.
No.
It was dead.
That's called dormant in horticulture,
Well,
Brian.
I've seen dormant. This looked dead.
No, this was completely dormant.
Okay, so it was laying down with its little hands crossed.
Little X's on its eyes.
X's on its eyes.
And a sign that said rest in peace.
Yeah, so I figured, no, it hasn't come back yet.
Did you throw it out?
No.
Oh, it'll come back.
Okay.
You know what? When you go home today after work,
take a look at it.
Take your finger and push it into the soil and feel for it.
Because it's under there. The new growth is under there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The reason I ask is mine at home that's in the ground is getting ready to bloom right now. So you're usually a little warmer than I am.
Yes. I'm about 2 weeks ahead of you.
Yeah. So it should be coming up.
All right. We'll take a look.
If you didn't throw it out.
No. I'll look for it. I'll find it. I'll find it.
Did you go ahead and plant your vegetable garden last week?
It looked at me and said, "I'm dying now."
You know what? No, I did not, but I'm hopefully we'll do that tomorrow.
You've got to lay everything out on paper, don't you?
I've got more seeds than I have room, but that's okay because
they don't all come up.
No, but we're not ready to plant the cilantro yet. We're a little early on the cilantro.
You like the cilantro. You're really successful with that.
That is the best cilantro I've ever had in my life. Unbelievable.
A lot of vegetables fresh are better than anything you can imagine.
So good. And we put it in our salad. I made bean and cheese burritos. We used it. The cats loved it.
Well, you know,
give it to the cats.
I put in the newsletter because everybody knows how good kale is for you, but a lot of people don't like the flavor of kale because they think it's a little bit too bitter.
No, they put it in fruit juices and juicing
to try
and things
to mask
like that.
the taste.
Right.
But the cosmic kale has got such a great flavor, and it's mild, and even in the heat during the summer, it never turns bitter. And for warm parts of the year or warm parts of the country, it's a perennial. You never have to replant it.
Here's the good news, guys. Ken is locked in, ready to go.
All right.
So we're going to take this break, which times out just perfectly. Facebook viewers, thank you so much for hanging in there. Those of you on the radio, we do appreciate that. In San Diego on AM 1240. Later on this afternoon, same show replay on AM 740. Ken is next. We're going to get this interview rolling and see if Tiger can do as good a job as he did on that last introduction. Coming right back.
Allergy sufferers are hearing a lot of numbers these days about symptoms and relief. But the number sufferers want most is zero, as in zero nasal allergy symptoms. And nothing gets you closer to zero than Nasacort. Because unlike antihistamines that stop only one cause of your allergy symptoms, Nasacort stops more. And stopping more gets you closer to zero. For 24-hour relief of your worst nasal allergy symptoms, including congestion, choose Nasacort. It stops more of what makes you miserable. Use as directed.
Sometimes business owners and entrepreneurs don't follow a traditional schedule. Well, that's where Biz TV's Biz Club can work for you on your time. For only $5.95 a month, you can have over 200 hours of our fresh, original content on demand, anywhere, anytime. And with our search feature, you can quickly and easily find the topic or show you're looking for in seconds. Sign up today and see what you've been missing. Free for 7 days. Join the Biz Club. It's Biz TV. On your time.
Life insurance is one of those things that just about everybody needs, but few people actually have. Hey, if you die unexpectedly without life insurance, guess what? You'll leave your family with even a bigger mess. Life insurance will help replace your family's income. It'll help cover burial expenses. Life insurance can even help pay off debt like credit cards and medical bills. Life insurance can even pay for college. And if you own a business and you die, life insurance can help your business from collapsing. It can even help cover estate taxes. Life insurance has never been more affordable and needed. Plus, you can always shop around even if you have a plan and save some money. So call the Life Insurance Quote Line right now for free pricing information.
800-915-9658. 800-915-9658. 800-915-9658. That's 800-915-9658. Got an old car? You can donate it, whether it's running or not, to the United Breast Cancer Foundation and save a life. They'll even come and pick it up for free. The United Breast Cancer Foundation has saved hundreds of women's lives through their free or low-cost breast screen exams. But now they need your help. The United Breast Cancer Foundation wants to save more lives through early detection by offering women free or low-cost breast screening exams. And donating your old car, SUV, or truck, whether it's running or not, helps pay for them. Plus, you get a charitable tax deduction. Help the United Breast Cancer Foundation save lives by donating your old car, SUV, or truck. Call now for free pickup. 800-245-0473. 800-245-0473. 800-245-0473. Call right now. That number again is 800-245-0473.
If you're over the age of 50 and considering buying an annuity in the next 60 days, I have some important news for you. Don't buy an annuity until you understand the pros and cons of annuities. A free book to help you maximize your retirement income from television host and three-time author Josh Melberg has been released. This book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms. Grab a pen right now because we are about to offer you this free book that unlocks the 5 little-known secrets we believe baby boomers and seniors should know before buying an annuity. Call 800-935-0752 now and you'll receive a free copy of Josh Melberg's book, Next Gen Annuity Strategies Revealed. As a bonus, we'll also send you a copy of The #1 Mistakes Retirees Are Making with Their Investments Today and a free DVD on how you can get up to 33% more income in retirement. Call 800-935-0752. That's 800-935-0752. Employees of J.D. Melberg Financial have the appropriate licenses for the products they offer.
There's no question you need omega-3s. But which form should you take? Fish oil or krill oil? Scientists have debated this for years. Luckily, there's a new solution to satisfy everyone. It's called Krill Omega 50 Plus. It combines ultra-pure fish oil and joint-soothing krill oil together in just one tiny pill. It's so powerful, it can promote the health of your heart and your arteries. And if that wasn't enough, it can also boost your joint comfort in just days. We're so sure Krill Omega 50 Plus will work for you. We'll even send you a free bottle to put to the test. The debate is over. It's not fish oil or krill oil. It's both. And now it's free. Just pay $4.95 for shipping and claim your free bottle. Call now.
800-834-4690. 800-834-4690. That's 800-834-4690.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America radio show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
All right, back here on Garden America, it is John Bagnasco, Bryan Main, Tiger Palafox. Ken is ready. I'm going to bring Ken on right now. You can do an abbreviated introduction, Tiger. I mean, most people know exactly what we're going to be doing, so go right ahead.
Yeah, so good morning, Ken. How are you doing today?
It was great, guys. Thanks for having me on. Huge honor to be on such a nationally recognized show.
Well, thanks for joining us. Sorry for the little bit of a delay. It's going to be a great discussion that we're going to have this morning because it's fun to chat with people from different parts of the country that have to have a little bit different mindset when it comes to their growing. And I had mentioned that the area of Arizona that you're in northern Arizona, actually had a really similar weather system over you guys right now as we do in Southern California. But you guys do get a little bit colder, and I think you're even a little bit of that dry cold. So what kind of things do you have up there that maybe we don't have down here in Southern California?
So we're zone 7, so that means we need plants that can go down to about 0 degrees, 10 degrees, somewhere in there. So we grow most of those plants you grow in San Diego, but then a whole lot more because we have more chilling hours. So we grow all the fruit trees, but not citrus. So it gets too cold for those. But cherries and apples and apricots and nectarines. We grow grapes really well, blackberries. So we got enough chill. It's cold enough for those to really shine and produce well. And then all the perennials do exceptionally well up here. So lilacs, they're about to bloom. Forsythia just went into bloom. Rhododendrons just went into bloom in the mountains of Arizona. And those are things that maybe you can't, they're really borderline at the lower elevations, but Prescott's at what they call it the Mile High City, much like Denver. So we're very high elevation, so very bright sun, but it drops at night. It can really get cold.
And you mentioned rhododendron. It's funny because you're right. In Southern California, you don't see rhododendrons. They don't. Some people try to push it if they're in the mountain areas, but for the most part, they're not a great plant for our area. And everybody goes, oh, well, you can grow azaleas. It's just not the same. the rhododendrons are just such a more robust, dramatic plant, and the azalea just is kind of not as exciting. So yeah, I gotta love those rhododendrons. Sure. Those are always fun.
It's putting the bad mouth on azaleas. I don't know
when
about that.
When they go into bloom, it's almost like you turned a light switch on, and the lights come on this bush, and it's just all aglow. The colors are so intense.
Yeah.
On those, I would say forsythia is one of my favorite plants because it announces spring in the cold climates. And so it's been dormant, or as you guys put it in the first segment, looks dead. It's just deciduous. But then it's every bud on that plant explodes with these golden, not butter yellow, like sunshine yellow flowers. And then it finally puts its leaves on. But it's the one that kind of sets the stage going, okay, it's spring. It even blooms before the daffodils do, tulips.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, Ken. I remember growing up in Michigan, and that was the one thing we always looked for was, when are the forsythia going to bloom? Because as soon as they did, you knew that spring wasn't that far behind.
And speaking of that, over there at Waters Gardens, are you guys getting ready for spring, or is it still a little bit early for you?
Oh, man, I had to run out of the greenhouse. We are flying right now in our back greenhouse. We've got a very large greenhouse in the back. There's over 100 people in there as we speak, and we're flying eagles, owls, kestrels through the greenhouse.
What?
It's very cool. So we have classes every Saturday. And this week it's birding, how to attract birds. And so we brought the Arizona Raptor Experience. These are folks that collect and rehab these big birds of prey. And they come in with their gloves. They've got them hooded, and then they fly them over people's heads.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's great pictures, but it's exciting. So, but there's also, earlier this week, there was snow. So you get these big swings in temperature. So the top will be down on the convertible today, but yes, 3-4 days ago it was blizzard condition. You get those. That's the mountains, high altitude gardening for you. That's just what happens.
You had mentioned earlier in the week a planting process, a soil drench that you recommended because of the area that you're in is very dry, and when people are planting new plants, you recommended this to help things get established. Can you share that with our listeners as far as the products that you recommend and what you recommend doing so they can be successful?
Yeah, there's a few things right now. Of course, March is the setup. Of course, spring is just 3 weeks away or less. So it's starting. Things are starting to bud, leaf out. And so are the insects. They're starting to come out. And so everything wakes up at the same time. And we found in the mountains of Arizona, we've got one of the largest conifer, the ponderosa pine forest. Mm-hmm. That's what we're famous for. People think of Arizona as saguaros, but that's really the lower or desert parts of the state. The higher, the north part of the state is ponderosa pines, the junipers. And so the scale has come out on pinyon pines, the bark beetles out on ponderosa pines. These are little tiny insects that crawl up the bark and literally suck the life out of the tree. And so what we're recommending right now is fertilize everything in the landscape. And so we like organic foods. We make our own here at Waters Garden Center. And then also at the same time, while you're fertilizing, give that plant a soil drench. It's a systemic, it's kind of like an antibiotic. They call it a soil drench. You mix it up in a watering can. You pour it at the base of the tree, right at the trunk level. The plant will absorb it. Then as these bark beetles and the scale and the flathead borers, as insects go after these big, majestic natives, it keeps them away, kills them. It's kind of I would use it as a preventative, but they're really bad this year. The winter's been so mild that we're seeing more damage happening earlier than we ever have. So soil drench and fertilizer is the biggest thing we can tell folks that'll make a difference in your landscape plants right now.
What specific products is your soil drench?
We're making our own.
Oh,
so we
okay.
make one called Plant Protector is one we have. High Yield makes and ferti-lome makes a really good soil drench. It's pretty easy to find. If you're in northern Arizona, come to Waters. We've got our own that we kind of honed in the the directions, so it tells you exactly how to treat these big evergreens.
So the ferti-lome product, is it the tree and shrub, the insecticide? Is that the one?
That's exactly
okay.
right.
That's
exactly
the one you just
right.
mix with water,
Yep.
soak the root system. Now, when people use that in the past, it says on the instructions to put it right at the drip line. So on something like a pine, that's a large, maybe 12 to 20 feet tall or something like that, what is that? Maybe 6 feet out from the base, you kind of drench that root system and let it absorb there. Is that what you've had experience with?
What we find with that particular product, this is unique to that product, the systemic drenching kind of products. It's better. The plant takes it up better if you put it right at the crown, right at the trunk where the trunk meets the soil, within a 2, 3, 4 feet area around that trunk. That's the best place to put it. So that's opposite of what you would think of with a fertilizer.
Okay.
Where you're putting it way out at the drip line, or those outer branch layers, that big radius around that tree. That's where you mainly that's where the feeder roots are. This particular product goes up through the bark, through that crown area, and goes up the tree faster, better, stronger. It just gets better uptake. You put it closer to the trunk. So it's different.
Yeah, and I think that, especially in your area, I'm sure you guys get wildfires that come through that area, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Right. It's something. We don't have earthquakes. We don't have hurricanes. We do have wildfires.
And that's one thing I know in California, whenever we've had wildfires, a lot of it could be fueled by these infected trees, whether it's by the beetle or some other thing, where they don't realize that if the trees were healthy and the trees were strong and absorbing water, the fire wouldn't spread as fast because they could actually withstand some of the heat a little bit better and aren't just dry brush kind of moving through the area. So people say, oh, it's a big tree, I don't have to worry about it, or they don't really notice bugs because it's a big tree. But this is a product that, you would recommend using, I think you said almost every year, just to keep it protected, as you had mentioned before, right?
Yeah, the trees, some of these pinyon pines, they're 400 years old. They've been there forever. Ponderosa pines can live to be hundreds of years old, and they could go on their own until we put the roads, we put the rooftops, we made the environment around them, we've changed it, the water doesn't flow the way it used to, we've got a heat island effect. So it does affect those natives that have been there for so many years, but now it's having to adapt.
Hey, Ken, we got to take a break. Don't mean to cut you off. We're going to take a break. Keep that train of thought as we take a break. You're well aware of breaks.
You got it.
It is 45 minutes after the hour on your Saturday morning. Welcome to the Garden America radio show.
Do you have insects on your roses? Do you have borers damaging your trees and shrubs due to stress or the drought? This is Tiger Palafox with Garden America Radio. Ferti-lome Tree and Shrub Drench is a great product that will give you season-long protection against many insects. Ferti-lome Tree and Shrub Drench can act as a preventer or a curative for insects that suck, chew, or bore on your plants. This may be the easiest product to use. Simply measure, mix in a bucket, and pour around the base of the tree. One application can last up to a full year. Protect your trees with Ferti-lome Tree and Shrub Drench. Find it at your local independent nursery or fertilome.com.
This is Joe Lample from Growing a Greener World. With the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite Organic Nitrogen Fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 3 months. The organic nitrogen is slow release and won't burn plants even during hot, dry weather. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for 90 years. Milorganite, for better results naturally. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-711-6812 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-711-6812. Again, that's 800-711-6812.
I live alone and rarely have visitors. So when I slipped and fell in the kitchen last month and couldn't get to a phone, I knew I was in trouble. Help! I could barely move. Help! I tried calling for help, but no one could hear me. As I lay there, I couldn't help but think of my kids and grandkids having to go on without me. I was terrified. It took 8 hours for my neighbor to find me. It could have been the end of me. That's when I knew I needed Life Alert. With just one press of this button, I'm connected to the Life Alert Center, where I can get the help I need, even when I cannot reach a phone. With Life Alert, I'm never alone.
Call 1-800-414-1958 for your free Life Alert brochure. That's 1-800-414-1958. 1-800-414-1958. Call for your free Life Alert brochure today at 1-800-414-1958.
We paid less for our Craftmatic today than we did 20 years ago.
If you're still searching for the perfect solution to a good night's sleep, call now for prices and free information on today's Craftmatic adjustable beds. And then decide when you see how little they cost. Rated #1 by consumers nationwide on consumeraffairs.com. Craftmatic beds come in all mattress types, including cool gel memory foam for up to 50% less than today's leading memory foam brand. Enjoy temporary relief of low back pain, poor circulation, nighttime heartburn, mild arthritis. You'll sleep better in a Craftmatic adjustable bed. So if you're still searching for the perfect solution to a good night's sleep, call now for prices and information. And then decide when you see how little they cost. Discover Craftmatic for less, up to 50% less than today's leading memory foam brand.
Call 1-800-316-5271. That's 1-800-316-5271. 1-800-316-5271. Call now.
Due to an upturn in the economy, Main Street Business Loans has pre-approved the release of millions of dollars in small business funding. Your business may already be pre-approved to receive up to $250,000. We've sent out millions of pre-approval letters. We see the economy growing, and our underwriters believe now is the time to invest in your business so you can grow faster and make more money. And we're prepared to give you up to $250,000 to do it. Your funds can be available in 5 days. There are no application fees, no annual fees, just quick access to up to $250,000. If your business did not receive your approval letter to get up to $250,000, call Main Street Business Loans Approval Desk now.
800-430-7570. 800-430-7570. 800-430-7570. That's 800-430-7570.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
Right back here at just about 51 minutes after the hour. On your Saturday, this is Facebook Live. It is also Biz Talk Radio, Garden America, Bryan, Maine, John Bagnasco, Tiger Palafox, and those of you listening to the replay this afternoon on AM 740.
And just before the break, Ken was mentioning some of the pinyon pines and ponderosa pines that are well over 400 years old that John planted over there near Prescott, Arizona. But, keeping them healthy and keeping them strong. One of the things that I was thinking of when you were talking about that issue, Ken, is when people plant new plants, do they seem to be more susceptible when they're young, or are they stronger when they're younger and they don't have to worry about it as much?
Yeah, that's actually a good question. No, they're actually more robust when they're younger than they are older. they're just like people. When the flu breaks out, who are the ones that take the brunt of the issues? It's the very, very young or the very, very old. Those are the ones that seem to see the most damage. So when they're fairly newly planted, they're still about, 5 to 10 years old. Let's say a new spruce tree or pine tree or fir as you're planting those. Those are pretty robust. They can adapt. It's the old guys, the ones that you built your house around, these junipers and pinyon pines, these oaks, and now they're stressed because the backhoe cut some roots or they put their footers in and your house has changed that environment. That's why we're saying fertilize now and then treat them with the tree and shrub drench. Really helps them keep hardy. The other one, you'd mentioned fire. Fire spreads in the mountains or anywhere. Wildfires spread with fuel. And the number one fuel, the way a fire gets from point A to point B, are weeds. And so a tree will catch on fire, some ash will land on there, some weeds, and it'll spread. It just creeps through the forest. The best thing you can do right now, put down weed and grass preventer. High Yield has a tremendous product that keeps the seed from actually coming up. So you put your fertilizer down, your trenches, and put weed and grass stoppers, the name of it, by High Yield. Tremendous product, and it takes the work out. You don't have weeds coming up at you at that point. And it doesn't affect any of your other plants that are in the yard. So you can spread it right at the base of your roses or right at your other trees and shrubs. It won't affect them. It only affects the seed that wants to germinate in that rock lawn or next to the driveway. Those are things that just make gardening easier.
Hey, we got a question for you, but real quick before, what was the name of that product that you just mentioned right now again?
The Weed and Grass Stopper by High Yield.
Okay.
We sell pallets of it up here in the mountains.
I'm going to put that on our Facebook Live for people.
Weeds at bay.
And then we have a question for you on Facebook, and this comes from Rick, and it says, what does he like to grow in his vegetable garden varieties? I'm assuming because you probably have a similar climate there. What are some of the varietals that you have success with for vegetables?
Oh, so my wife and I, we love juicing. So that's our thing. So I heard you mention kale. We love Swiss chard. Cilantro. I had cilantro juiced in my juice this morning. So just a great herb that gives it this festive taste to it. So we love juicing. And then we're a salsa garden. So tomatoes, onions, cilantro, those things that make fresh salsa. We just live in the summer in the backyard grilling and eating pico de gallo. And that's kind of my thing. So peppers, love peppers. Love every kind of pepper there can be. So those are my gardens. In the mountains, though, we have two seasons. We've got spring season, which is right now. Those things that are leafy, you can grow now because they taste better when the nights are very cold. Lettuce, spinach, Swiss chard, kales, broccoli, cauliflower. Those are best grown now through the end of May. Our last frost at the higher elevation is about Mother's Day, in May sometime. That's when you put your tomatoes, things that form a fruit, tomatoes, beans, eggplants, cucumbers. So you can almost have two crops, two plantings in the same space at higher elevations. A cool season, then a summer season.
Well, thank you. And, Ken, thank you for all the great info this weekend. It sounds like you're having a fun event there. If you guys are in the Waters Garden area, head over there. How long is the Raptor presentation still going to go on for?
It's going to go till about noon. So it's in Prescott. So up in Waters Garden Center in Prescott. So we're at 1815 Iron Springs Road. Come on out and you can get your photo taken. They'll actually put the glove on you, take your picture, great. And you can Instagram and Facebook that. It is so cool. Yeah.
Beautiful.
That sounds really neat. Well, thanks for joining us this morning. Thank you for all the great info, and have a great weekend.
Pleasure, guys. I'll keep listening.
Yeah, thank you, Ken.
Bye-bye.
Excellent.
I would go to Mission Hills Nursery if they had a raptor event over there.
We've had a raptor event before. Yeah, there's a raptor rescue out in Alpine, and she brings in owls and some of the smaller raptors, and then she'll usually bring in like one large one.
And lets them fly around. They come right back, right?
No,
no, really?
She keeps them. They're rescues, so I don't know if necessarily all of them are healthy or anything like that. They seem pretty
able
tame.
to fly, maybe.
I think she kind of rescues and releases the ones that are able to fly. The ones that she has are ones that have been.
I want to see an
damaged.
eagle
that need help.
An eagle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ken said he had eagles over there.
I know.
Have you been close to an eagle before?
Eagles here, do we?
You know, I actually was on a monorail at the Wild Animal Park going around, and right off to the side, sitting in this little tree, was a golden eagle that I probably could have, if I would have leaned way out, I could have touched. That's how close I was, and I was surprised at how large it was.
They're huge.
Yeah, it's really big.
I got up and close to one in Alaska years ago.
A bald eagle?
Yep.
They're massive, huh?
Big, huge. Well, they can pick up prey that weighs a lot. You can go on YouTube and watch some of these eagles and some of the prey that they go down with their talons and pick up. It's
like
amazing.
Polar bears, right?
I'm trying to think if I've seen one pick up a polar bear. That I'm not sure about.
You know, we should do a garden tour of Alaska because we have friends at the Alaskan Botanical Garden. I'm sure that he'd be happy to show us around.
Be the shortest garden tour ever.
Yeah, I was going to say 4 or 5 plants.
I know, we'll do an Alaskan cruise. Go up through British Columbia.
Alaskan cruises are fun. I've been on those before.
Yeah, let's think about that.
Okay, that music means that is the end of hour number 1. For those of you on AM 1240, thank you so much. You can go to Facebook Live. And again, this replay of the show this afternoon starting at 2 p.m. on AM 740. We are coming right back, Facebook and everything, at 6 minutes after hour number 2. Stay with us.
The opinions you hear on Biz Talk Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests, and do not necessarily reflect those of this station, Biz Talk Radio, its management, or advertisers. The information on Biz Talk Radio does not constitute a recommendation, offer, or solicitation to buy or sell any product or service. If you have any questions about Biz Talk Radio, contact us at 817-274-1609 or at biztalkradio.com. Biz Talk Radio.
For USA Radio News, I'm Wendy King. The East Coast crippled by a savage winter storm. Thousands of flights have been canceled and people are stranded. Trees are falling through houses and power is out to more than 1 million customers. In Massachusetts, a travel ban is out in coastal communities. WBZ-TV's Katie Brace.
This wasn't a storm to mess around with.
Scituate Police Chief Mike Stewart took us where only emergency vehicles are allowed.
4 feet deep at the deepest.
It's a ghost town along the coastline where the seawall buffers homes from the ocean.
There's decent damage to the decks on the other side.
The first tide during the storm eroded part of the road. At least a foot of sand or large rocks make driving impossible.
Declarations of emergencies are out in many areas, and Amtrak has finally resumed service in some districts as weather permits. You're listening to USA Radio News.
Addiction. There was a day when the word addiction was just another word. If you're battling addiction, it's not easy to ask for help. It's hard to admit you really need it. Call and end addiction. Call and connect with representatives of a treatment center or rehab facility. Call and end addiction. 1-800-665-0239. Some insurance plans help pay for the cost of treatment. Be sure to check your policy or call your agent to see if you're covered. It's not easy to talk about your addictions or those of someone you care about. It's hard for you to experience. It's hard for them to watch. The first step to ending addiction starts with one free, private, and no-obligation call. Addiction. There can be a day when the word addiction is just another word again. Your life is not over. There are things you still need to do. The first thing to do is call and end addiction. 1-800-665-0239. 1-800-665-0239. 1-800-665-0239.
The world is saying goodbye to America's pastor. In Friday's service for Reverend Billy Graham in Charlotte, North Carolina, his son Franklin spoke of the afterlife.
My father preached on heaven, told millions how to find heaven. He wrote a book on heaven, and today he's in heaven. His journey is complete.
Among those at the gathering of about 2,000 people, President Trump and Vice President Mike Pence. The Kremlin has rejected accusations that Russia violated international arms laws by developing a new hypersonic invulnerable nuclear missile. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov told reporters the Sarmat missile, announced by Russian President Vladimir Putin in his State of the Union address, does not threaten anyone in any way. He also said the images Putin used in his video were by no means related to specific countries. This is USA Radio News.
If you are sick and tired of seeing NFL players disrespecting the flag by kneeling during our sacred national anthem, then you need to show your American pride and appreciation for the Stars and Stripes. Let everyone know that you understand and appreciate what the flag and anthem represent to our country. You can do this by wearing a Stand for the Flag and Kneel for the Cross t-shirt from Patriot Depot. Go to patriotdepot.com/stand and kneel to get yours today. Don't forget to use coupon code USA Radio to save 10% off your entire order.
Former Arkansas Governor and presidential hopeful Mike Huckabee quits the Country Music Association. USA's Chris Barnes has the story.
Appointed to the board on Thursday, his resignation came on Friday morning. Mike Huckabee had been facing mounting criticism from several stars in the country music industry, as well as many fans, regarding his stance on LGBT issues. His appointment sparking a lot of criticism on social media. Some fans were saying they'd boycott the CMA Music Festival, and even country music in general. For USA Radio News, I'm Chris Barnes.
Toyota is announcing it's forming a new research company devoted to developing software for autonomous driving vehicles. The new company, Toyota Research Institute Advanced Development, will address in-house manufacturing of software for self-driving cars. The company will be joined by Japanese vehicle component companies Aisin, Seiki, and Denso in developing the software. Toyota said the three companies will invest $2.8 billion in the project, which is meant to streamline the development pipeline from design to manufacturing. The new division will start with 300 employees, with plans to hire up to 1,000. Toyota Research Institute was established in 2016 in the U.S. to conduct research on artificial intelligence, robotics, and automated driving. For USA Radio News, I'm Wendy King.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right, General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for under $30,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet under $30,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100 foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait.
Call 800-605-5370. 800-605-5370. Call 800-605-5370.
Welcome to the Garden America Radio Show, the country's most listened to gardening program. This is your chance to talk about gardening, horticulture, landscaping, in fact, anything that has to do in the world of gardening. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or send us your questions and comments to john@gardenamerica.com. Now, here's Bryan, Maine, John Bagnasco, and Tiger Palafox on Biz Talk Radio and the Garden America Radio Network.
Welcome to hour number 2. That's right, 6 minutes after. And to our friends on the East Coast, we say good afternoon, happy weekend. Back with Garden America, Bryan, Maine, John Bagnasco, Tiger Palafox. Lines are open if you want to give us a call, 855-424-9825. Also, John at gardenamerica.com. And, of course, Facebook Live. We see those immediately, so we're monitoring that. Questions, comments, whatever's on your mind. Hard to believe it is, third day of March, right?
Yep.
Almost said third day of spring. Not quite.
Not quite, no.
It is the month of spring, and it seems like Christmas, New Year's, all that just flew right by.
You know what I think happens next week? I could be wrong.
Some kind of an equinox going on?
I think so. Doesn't the time change next week?
Well, the time change so are we going back to daylight savings time already?
I think so next week.
But that's not an official equinox. That's not an Earth thing going on.
No, the first day of spring, though, which is March 20th, is the...
Yes, you're right, March 20th.
Yes, it's the vernal equinox.
Vernal. Named after, go ahead, Vernal McChester.
Laverne from Laverne and Shirley.
No, Vernal McChester, I think it was 1860.
You know, I just showed Tiger an email that we got from, this was about a month ago from Gail. And
just Gail, no last names?
Well, I don't like to give people's last names on
so
the radio.
This is
that's probably...
This is a listener or viewer?
A listener.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And so she sent this email, and it said, "This is what I found in my bag of ocean forest potting soil," which, is our favorite potting soil.
We love ocean forest.
We love them so much that we talk about them all the time, and they don't advertise with us. That's how much we like them.
So if you're ocean forest, you're welcome, I should say.
That's right, and we ought to send you a bill. But the subject matter of her email says, "Better than Cracker Jacks."
She found a prize, I'm assuming.
She found a pair of channel lock pliers, a pair of needle nose pruning shears, a pair of anvil pruning shears, and a pair of bypass pruning shears.
Doesn't everybody find that in a bag of ocean forest? Is that part of their campaign?
That'd be a good little thing.
Well,
Can you imagine that?
I know that those things definitely cost more than the bag of potting soil.
Oh, yeah, right.
Hey, well, congratulations, Gail. That's wonderful.
That's really funny, though.
I'll bet that bag was a little bit heavier.
I don't know. I used 3 bags yesterday.
I thought you were going to say there was a dead critter or something like that.
Well, that's what you would think.
Yeah.
And it's not uncommon. I mean, the way that they do soil, and not to say Ocean Forest or Fox Farm is a small company, but they're definitely not one of the largest out there.
They're not Scots.
Yeah, exactly. That, they just have these big piles of soil, and they use loaders to just turn it and flip it and everything else. And it's already been screened.
Right.
So all these mixes have already gone through the filter process.
Right.
So when that big pile is sitting out there, it's exposed. And a bird, a pair of channel locks, whatever may get into that pile.
Yeah.
Well, then they dump that pile into a machine and then sends it into the bagging. And they don't put a big filter on that because it already had been filtered.
How could those tools have gone through that process?
It's almost like somebody did that on purpose. Because they were relatively new tools.
I think what happened was somebody left their tools near the equipment. It got thrown into the bagging line, shot into the bag, and then they're gone. Just like when a doctor sews up the patient with tools inside.
Hey, Nick on Facebook has a question for John. Did you see that pop up, John?
No.
No, what's it say?
I had a little window popped up to my right here from Nick, and it says, John, about 10 to 15 years ago, he's talking about a fungus. No, nothing bad, nothing personal.
I don't see it.
Let me see if I can pop it up. Can you read it?
No.
It was a little window. I just happened to look to my right in my computer on the left-hand side. And it's got to be on Facebook, obviously. From a Nick, I didn't see his last name. It went away. Did you see it, Tiger?
No.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, you know what? I stayed up late last night. Did a few things I probably shouldn't have done. No, just kidding. It's there. We'll find it.
I'm reading one right now from Valerie, so give me a minute because it's
go
a
ahead.
long one. But
yeah, Nick's was rather long, too. Gosh, I wish I should have turned and tried to read it. Anyway. Is this silence uncomfortable?
I'm wondering why Tiger's just not reading Valerie's question.
Well, I think he wants
I want to read it before I
absorb it first.
Yeah.
Well, meantime, I'm going to answer Rick's question.
Please do.
From Grants Pass, Oregon. And he says, does neem oil help control tree beetles?
Is neem oil from Africa? Isn't there a tree in Africa where neem oil is from?
Yeah, it's from the neem tree, but I think neem trees are from India, not Africa.
Okay. Just checking.
It's one of those continents, Brian.
It's on the other side of the earth.
Yeah. I planted a neem tree at my house once.
How'd that turn out?
died in a couple of years.
Yeah, of course.
But because I didn't maintain it properly.
But anyway, back to the question.
Okay.
His question, then we'll go to Valerie.
Yeah, I don't think it would help control beetles. So I would not use it. You probably have to use the product that Ken was talking about.
Yeah, the
right,
ferti-lome tree and shrub. The Bayer has a tree and shrub also, systemic drench. And it's because the neem oil is topical, breaks down the exoskeleton of the bugs, smothers them, all that. That doesn't work on beetles. They get inside the tree.
Right.
They need to be treated from the inside out.
Does that stuff translocate or not, or you have to spray it right on?
The product, the ferti-lome product we're talking about?
Yeah. It does. Okay.
No, it does. That's the point. You just mix it up in a watering can. You don't spray it at all.
Okay,
you mix it in a watering can and just pour it around the base of the trunk.
Okay.
Which, again, is just the opposite of what you normally do with fertilizers because they've got to go out by the drip line. So it does make it a lot easier. So anyway, Rick, that's the product you need to use.
There you go, Rick.
The other thing that Ken mentioned, doesn't hurt to bring it up again, is that trees that are under stress are the ones that get attacked first.
Right. The weaker ones.
Yeah, so it's just like the wolves chasing the reindeer herd.
Yep.
So
except the reindeer can fly. That's how they get away.
Not all of them, though. The ones that can't fly get eaten. But so keep your trees during times of drought. Keep them well watered so that they don't go into stress and they're less likely to become attacked. All right, Tiger, can you...
Okay, on to Valerie.
Yeah, so Valerie had a Japanese maple, and it suffered from a extra hot summer because there was a tree that previously shaded it, and that tree was removed, then exposed the Japanese maple. And it got some burning and then also some bark peeling, which is common when you have a shaded area in general and you have a tree or a structure removed, and now all these plants that are sensitive to light are exposed to a lot of sun, they get damaged. And she said that some damage was caused she went into a nursery, and some of it might have been caused by the Roundup they used in the tree removal, which would be interesting to me only in the sense of if it was, wind drift onto this Japanese maple. But they encourage her to use the Happy Frog Japanese fertilizer and to put it in the shade. Do we have any other suggestions to prevent any further damage? Definitely, moving the plant into the shade was an important thing. If it was in a pot, hopefully that's an easy thing for you to move it from one spot to another.
Sounds like it's in the ground, though.
Yeah,
and
so
if it is in the ground, you can just put up a shade cloth, I think is what maybe they're talking about. Put up some type of shade structure to keep it protected from the hot afternoon sun.
Yeah. And then, the fertilizer would, depending on where you're at, would fertilize okay right now? It's still kind of coming out of dormancy, right?
Well, if you're using an organic fertilizer, it's not going to make any difference. You can go ahead and put it down now, and the tree will be able to use it when it needs it.
Yeah.
But what she's describing in her question here on Facebook, it sounds like it was just sunburn.
Right.
I don't think, like you said, it was the Roundup.
Yeah.
John's analogy that if humans are inside all winter, and then you go outside on a hot sunny day and lay in the sun for 2 hours,
you're going to get burned.
You're going to get burned.
Yeah.
And then, like citrus, if this was a problem on Japanese maple, can you use the whitewash? Like they use on the citrus trunk sometimes when they get exposed, the avocados and things like that. Can you use that on Japanese maple also?
You could have, but once the burn's there, it's too late now.
But it is something that you could use on, a Japanese maple if the problem was where it was exposed all of a sudden. You would, use that.
Sometimes hindsight's 20/20, but once the tree that was protecting it and shading it had been removed, if she would have realized that it was a potential to be sunburned, she could have put up a shade cloth at that time to protect it from being burned.
And if you wear glasses, hindsight could be 20/30. We want to remember that. 16 minutes after the hour. It is break time. Tiger, Bryan, John, Garden America here on Biz Talk Radio coming back.
It's bare root fruit tree season, and you probably have a million questions. Which fruits will grow well here? What are the tastiest fruits? How do I care for them? The answers? They're just a click away with the informative Fruit Tube videos at DaveWilson.com. That's Dave Wilson Nursery, the nation's largest grower of fruit trees for the backyard garden. They have planting tips, taste test results, and links to nurseries in your area that carry Dave Wilson fruit trees. Your harvest to better health begins at DaveWilson.com.
This is Joe Lample from Growing a Greener World. With the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite Organic Nitrogen Fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 3 months. The organic nitrogen is slow release and won't burn plants even during hot, dry weather. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for 90 years. Milorganite, for better results naturally. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
National Funding Group has just released $100 million in easy access small business funding to businesses that gross at least $100,000 a year. You can have fast access up to $500,000 in new business capital in as little as 48 hours. Think about the ways you could grow your business if you had up to $500,000 cash infusion. Call an NFG funding expert now. The process is easy. It only takes about 5 minutes. Then our management-owned lending team looks at your application for a fast approval. You can get 100% funded in about 2 days. If you need up to $500,000 in working capital to run your business and you gross at least $100,000 a year, call NFG and apply today. 800-296-1564. 800-296-1564. 800-296-1564. That's 800-296-1564.
If you're struggling to pay or haven't been making your student loan payments, listen carefully to this urgent alert. Have you been out of school for 10 or more years and you're still making your student loan payments? Are your student loans past due or even in default? Can't go back to school because of an old student loan problem? Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month, based on what you can afford to pay. One quick 10-minute call could help you solve your student loan problems. So call right now. Not available in all states. Payments may vary based on income.
800-685-0129. 800-685-0129. 800-685-0129. That's 800-685-0129. Do you have an old car sitting in your driveway? How would you like to learn a hassle-free way to get rid of it, help kids in need, and get a great tax donation in the process? It's real easy. One simple free call to our car donation hotline is all it takes. Call the Neshama Foundation at 800-721-6723, 800-721-6723. We'll come pick your car up for free and give you a tax donation for the full value of the car, running or not. The value of your unwanted car will go to help kids in need. It's fast and easy. Just call us and your car will be gone and on its way to helping children in 48 hours. And you get a nice tax deduction. Call the Neshama Foundation now to get rid of your car, help kids, and get a tax write-off. Call 800-721-6723, 800-721-6723, 800-721-6723. That's 800-721-6723.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America radio show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at GardenAmerica.com.
It is Garden America, as you heard, John at GardenAmerica.com for questions, comments. You can also do the same thing on Facebook Live. Questions, comments, we'll get to them right away. That is probably the most immediate way to get your question answered. And also 855-424-9825 as we continue on Biz Talk Radio.
Hey, you know on Facebook that box that popped up, I wonder if that was on your Facebook. Because, Tiger, when you get a box that opens up, so I bet if Bryan went to his own Facebook, it's amazing.
I will do that right now. And that's actually good.
I got Nick.
Do you see it?
Yeah.
Did it go to your Facebook as well?
No, it went to our inbox.
Okay. And what's he asking? Is it Nick?
Nick.
Okay.
And John, 12 to 15 years ago, I read about a fungus that was growing under the surface soil and was moving across the U.S. from east to west and would be on the West Coast by now. Does that fungus hurt general plant growth? Wow. 10 to 15. 12 to 15. I hardly remember what happened yesterday. Do you know anything about that?
10 to 15 years ago was that there were stories about that fungus that is the largest living organism in the world.
Yeah.
But I don't recall one moving from east to west underground.
Underground? That seems creepy.
Sounds subterranean.
It is subterranean.
Like a movie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but it's not jogging my memory right now.
Sorry, Nick. Gosh darn it.
I would say it's probably nothing to worry about.
And famous last words.
Right, and if it was, really, what could you do?
Yeah.
The largest, what do you call it on Earth? The largest fungus on Earth?
The largest living organism is some type of underground fungus that covers several states or something. I don't know. If you and Tiger want to chit-chat, I'll see if I can find some information on it.
Well, we do know that your softball game or baseball game has been canceled today, Tiger.
Tenth of an inch of rain canceled a softball game.
And for those of you that don't live in San Diego or California, that's how wimpy we are.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not going to cancel a hardball game, though, but softball.
Exactly. Softball. Now, this is your daughter, right?
This is my daughter, yeah. Now, who was it that said earlier in the show about, was it Jimmy Kimmel you had said, in the Washington, D.C. closing, or
no, it was a news station I was listening to. They said that the government, federal government, shut down in Washington, D.C. yesterday because it was windy.
Yeah.
But everybody else went to work.
Yeah, the private sector all went to work.
Uh-huh. There you go. There you go. And that's coming from both sides of the aisle, just in case you think we're picking on somebody.
And to me, I really don't picture Washington, D.C. not being windy.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
It's always windy.
Now, don't they have some
hot air coming out?
Don't they have some very cool cherry trees?
Yep.
In Washington, D.C., right?
Along the
are they Japanese?
What is that, the reflection pool?
Sakura.
Yeah. Cherries. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The Japanese cherries. Yeah.
Is it the reflecting pool, or where was that?
I think they're around there.
Yeah.
The cherry festival in Japan too is something to see.
Yeah.
Sharon and Bruce Asakawa had told us about that.
Cherries always make me smile.
The
cherries are
the
great.
Fruit or the tree?
Just the word, the fruit, the tree.
Yeah, it's a good one, huh?
Cherry's good.
You know, because
how do you be mad saying cherry?
Well, not only that, the fruit itself is one of those fruit that you can't go wrong with because it's sweet.
Right, but not too sweet.
Yeah.
A good cherry.
But it's fruit. It's healthy. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like a healthy candy.
Exactly.
And where sometimes people go, oh, I don't like a plum or I don't like a nectarine. They have, there's people that like and don't like those. I don't know of anybody who doesn't like a cherry.
It's like the analogy. Can you be mad and upset and at the same time still play the banjo?
That's just funny.
Is that possible? Be upset and play the banjo.
A jazz banjo.
Yeah, you can't. You gotta be happy to play the banjo. Yeah. What have you found about fungus, John? People are waiting.
Bated breath.
Yes, we've been debated breath.
I haven't put my feet down because I'm scared it's going to come up through my shoes.
And by the way, what is bated breath? People are waiting with bated breath.
Oh.
Chomping at the bit.
So, hey, really exciting now. Just this week, we started getting in a lot of the spring vegetables at the nursery. So people in Southern California, you can start looking for those spring veggies.
Now, you're one of the few nurseries, I shouldn't say few, unlike a box store.
Oh, they've had it for months already.
What you sell is going to grow now. It's time to buy that.
Yeah, exactly. And, it's exciting because you start to see the varieties. I mean, they kind of grow like beefsteak or Better Boy tomatoes year round, and you always see those. But it's always fun when you start to see the first, small selection of heirlooms or specific varieties that you don't see throughout the rest of the year, because now's the time to start to, get them and plant them and, start to grow those things.
You know why you see the same ones during the winter months that we know they're not going to grow, but do you know what makes the grower decide to use those particular varieties?
They're popular?
No, the seed is really cheap.
Oh.
So they know that there's no chance they're going to grow, and they're going to have to throw them away, so they might as well at least
not invest in the seed. Because, I mean, some of those heirloom varieties, the seed can be pricey. Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's one that we grow for Gardener's Supply, and it's called Bush 506.
Yep.
And just the seed for that is 30 cents a seed. So that's pretty expensive.
That's very expensive because, I mean, a standard, let's say a Better Boy tomato, what are we looking at, 4 cents?
Yeah, probably about 2-3 cents maybe.
Oh, even that low? Wow. Yeah. So,
maybe
yeah. I mean,
even less than that.
So when you think about 30 cents versus 2 to 3 cents,
right.
It's a big investment for a grower growing 100,000 of these things.
Would you guys like to go to Tampa, Florida right now and speak with Barb?
Yes.
Didn't we talk to Barb last week from
Maybe.
Tampa?
Let's go to Tampa, Florida. Barb has been waiting very patiently. And Barb, you may have to take a break coming up here, but we want to say, I guess in your case, good afternoon. Welcome to the show. How can we help you, Barb?
I have a reed in my yard that's about 4 inches tall, and it has a white flower at the top, and then it has this yellow string coming from it, and it's real sticky, and it wraps around my periwinkles and strangles them to death.
Wraps around the periwinkles. So,
yeah.
It's a. It sounds like a type of bindweed. Are there leaves on it too?
Yeah, there's leaves, and the stem that it's on is kind of like a long stem, like a.
Yeah, and then does it make a little white flower eventually?
Yeah, at the top, it makes a white flower, and it lifts off pollen from the little white flower.
Yeah, that's called.
So nice.
It's called bindweed, and it has
yeah.
I don't know if you've ever tried to pull it out, but it has a really deep root system.
Yes, and you pull it out, and then about a week later, there's more came back.
Exactly.
What's that Greek creature that when you chop off one head,
the Hydra?
Yeah,
the Hydra. You cut off one head, and 2 more grow back. So here's the only way that I know of that you can take care of it. Well, we have to take a break. If you can hold on for a second, Barb, as soon as we get back from the break, I'll tell you how to get rid of it.
Thank you, Barb. We will do that once the break is over. And just like Barb, if you want to call us on the phone, it is 855-424-9825. Again, that's 855-424-9825. Also, John at GardenAmerica.com or right there on Facebook Live. Here on Biz Talk Radio for your Saturday. Garden America continues after this.
Allergy congestion, cut grass, cat on the sofa, dust in the carpet. Whenever allergy congestion makes you feel trapped, break through with Allegra D for 5-in-1 24-hour multi-symptom relief. Allegra D combines a non-drowsy antihistamine with a powerful decongestant for fast relief that starts working in just 1 hour. Break through allergy congestion with Allegra D. Use only as directed. Guaranteed or your money back. Visit Allegra.com.
There's more than one way to invest in your education. Investing in the right products, securities, and real estate generates secure and sound futures. What about an investment that retains its value? Consider college real estate. College real estate can provide housing for students and generate returns for their families. Through this special offer from Austin iLabs, you can download the free workbook from collegerealestate.com to see if this investment is right for you. Go to collegerealestate.com/radio.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Their expert staff can help you turn your book idea into a real book, a masterpiece that could someday make the bestseller list in hard copy and digitally all across the world. Page Publishing can help you completely take your idea for a book, write it, and publish it. So if you want to join the ranks of some of the most famous authors in the world, call now for a free information kit. Turn your book idea into publishing gold. Make a free call right now to Page Publishing.
888-785-0618. 888-785-0618. 888-785-0618. That's 888-785-0618. Are you ready to leave your corporate job behind and be your own boss? Have you ever dreamed of owning a business? Do you have $50,000 or more sitting around in a 401k? If you answered yes, it's time to invest in yourself by buying or starting a business or franchise. IRS code allows you to use money in a 401k to invest in a business with absolutely no penalties or taxes. At Guidant Financial, we've helped more than 11,000 entrepreneurs invest $3 billion in retirement assets into the small businesses and franchises of their dreams. So if you've got $50,000 or more in a 401k and you're looking for a way to start a business, call Guidant Financial now for free information and to learn more. Operators are standing by for your call. 800-570-6630. 800-570-6630. 800-570-6630. That's 800-570-6630. If you're one of the millions of Americans who can't work because of a serious injury or illness, you may be eligible for disability benefits from Social Security. Receiving benefits is your right. It doesn't matter if you've applied before and the government has said no. Let the experienced attorneys at Bill Gordon and Associates help you get the Social Security disability you deserve. Their team of attorneys have been fighting for benefits for people just like you for over 20 years. And best of all, there's no fee until you receive your benefits. There are many conditions that make you eligible, including some you may not even be aware of. So if you're disabled and unable to work, call Bill Gordon and Associates today for your free, no-obligation consultation. See if you qualify for the Social Security benefits you need and deserve. 800-470-4453. 800-470-4453. That's 800-470-4453.
If you're suffering from hearing loss, stay tuned for a special offer from the makers of Listen Clear, a revolutionary hearing aid breakthrough designed by top audio engineers to fit your ear almost invisibly. Right now, you can try Listen Clear hearing aids absolutely free for 45 days. You can also qualify for free shipping and free batteries for life. Listen Clear hearing aids are so lightweight and comfortable, you can wear them all day long. They're practically invisible, too, so others won't even notice you're wearing them. And the best part is, you'll be able to hear almost everything, everywhere. So do something about your hearing loss. Call Listen Clear now to get started with your 45-day risk-free hearing aid trial. This special offer won't be available for long, so call Listen Clear now.
800-716-4650. 800-716-4650. 800-716-4650. We're here 24 hours a day to help. That's 800-716-4650.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or john@gardenamerica.com.
Should we change that intro to the Garden America radio and Facebook show? Maybe we've got to update that. Also remind people.
Good idea.
Also remind people in that intro, that pre-recorded intro, that you can also post your questions and comments right there on Facebook. But right now, we have to get back to Barb in Tampa, Florida. John?
Yeah, Tampa, Florida had some similar problems to what we had here in San Diego. About a month ago, they had a blast of cold weather, but now they're back into their spring season. The weather's temperature, I imagine, Barb, is probably in the 80s. And the bindweed does not really grow well during the cool part of the season, but as soon as the weather warms up, it just takes off, starts growing like crazy. And Barb, here's the only way that I've been able to take care of it, because we have the same problem here in San Diego, is Roundup will kill bindweed, but Roundup will also kill anything else that you spray it on. So you can do one of two things. You can take the bindweed and you can unwrap it from one or two of the plants, lay it on the ground, and then either use a ready-to-use Roundup and just spray the part that's laying on the ground, and that'll be absorbed by the plant. It'll go into the root system, and it'll kill the root system of the bindweed, so it's not going to come back. Or if you don't want a ready-to-use and concentrate, you can put it in a this type of tray that you would use to paint with, and mix your concentrate up in there according to the directions, and then get one of those small paint rollers that you use for painting the corners of your walls, and dip that into the paint tray, and then just run that over the leaves of the bindweed. And you can also do that with grasses, things where they might be growing up to plants that want to hurt. So that's the best thing I can recommend. Does that sound like something you could do, Barb?
Yeah, do you have the patience for that?
Yeah, I do, because my periwinkles, they come up voluntary on their own, so they need to be taken care of.
Yeah.
And I have cleaned out about 2 feet all the way around it, made a little place for the periwinkle to be, to keep all the grass and everything on it, but some type of pollen or something that causes the vine to go over there.
Yeah.
No,
that stuff is horrible, and if you don't start trying to get rid of it now, eventually it'll take over your whole garden. It's just a mess. So try doing that. And the other thing you can do is, after the periwinkle has already come up, is you can sprinkle that area with a weed preventer, and that'll kill the weed seeds from bindweed and other weeds, so that at least they're not going to come up from seed. But they also would stop the periwinkle seed from coming up, so you do want to wait till it's all up. Yeah. So if it's up and growing now, that's something else that you could use. And if you just go to your local garden center or home improvement center and ask for a weed preventer, it's just something you put on with a shaker can. Won't kill anything growing, it just kills weed seeds.
That's good, because I think that Florida is the weed capital of the universe.
Yep.
Yeah, weed and bug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys have a wonderful climate for growing a lot of things, and that's also the bad thing about it.
Well, and insects so big you can see their facial expressions. So,
yeah. Right. Well, thanks so much for calling, Barb, and thanks for listening.
Thanks for your info.
You betcha.
Right,
Call
care.
us again soon from Tampa, Florida.
And then one of the other problems here that we have is that asparagus fern growing up into the plants too, similar to that. And that's the hardest thing, is that you have to pull it out of the plant. You have to treat it with the glyphosate, the Roundup product, because their roots are in the roots of the plant that you want to keep, the shrub, the tree, whatever it may be. So just pulling it out isn't doing anything. It's just keeps reproducing and reproducing. Mm-hmm. So, but it's nice to know, though, that if you do treat it with the glyphosate, you can kill that plant, but it doesn't even affect the other plant, because a lot of people get concerned about that. As long as you don't put it on the foliage of your other plant that you want to keep, affect it.
It also normally doesn't go through bark, right?
Yeah.
So
correct.
you can usually spray right up to the trunk of a tree and not hurt the tree at all.
Yeah, it's only the tender new growth that it would ever go through, but a hardwood bark, not a problem.
Yeah. Some plants are really, really susceptible to Roundup damage, though, and one happens to be roses.
Well, even if the wind just barely blows.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's the drift is the problem with the roses. It's the light mist that people don't always consider, and they'll use it around the roses, but then they go out 2 days later and the foliage is burnt.
Well, which is why, what was it, a month ago we had your flamethrower guy on? If you really want to pinpoint.
Hey, did you see the news? Segment, like 2 days after that, there was someone in San Diego that burnt down their house by using a torch to kill weeds.
Well,
I hope they weren't listening to our show before.
You have to be checked out on it. There are certain things you do and don't do because it's very precise.
Oh,
that's the beauty. People think it's going to spew flames everywhere. No, it's precise. Yeah. And obviously that person did something wrong.
I missed that.
I think they
I wasn't here that day.
Oh, you weren't here that?
No, I think it was Bob Riedmiller filling in for me, and I really wanted to hear about that because I was thinking, this is something that I could use.
You know what? It's very cool. It's very precise. Where you aim it, and wherever you aim it, it kills.
The flame comes out This is the way I'm picturing it, like almost like a Bunsen burner, right?
Uh-huh.
And you can direct it.
And it's got a little cone over the end of it. So you really just put it almost like on the weed, kill it by the heat at the pinpoint. And like he said, water before.
Yeah.
So the ground is wet. You don't have dry material or anything like that.
Right.
And then you just go through your garden with this, and it's on a long 3-foot long stem. You just walk around hitting them, and it works.
After you water.
And so under the tree in my yard where I've got a layer of dried leaves, if a weed's coming up in there, I don't want to go and use it there.
No, that
see, now that's good because you're thinking ahead here.
Do you sell those at your store?
No, we don't. Find them online with Fire Dragon.
I think so, yeah.
I went to Amazon and I saw they're not that expensive.
I think $30 or something dollars or something.
And it's propane, right?
And then you just go and buy those propane tanks for $7-8
Nothing,
bucks. Yeah. So that was a really cool thing. I have used it, and I like to really use it in sidewalk areas because even the weed killer products sometimes aren't effective in the sidewalk cracks.
The little cracks.
Yeah, so I like that for the sidewalk cracks. Easy to use. No problem.
Hey, do you have any email questions, John? I don't think we've heard you read an email question yet today.
No, and you're not going to.
That's terrible.
I don't have one, but we do have Facebook questions.
Okay, Facebook questions. Go right ahead.
Well, now I got to find Facebook because I usually leave that to you. And
in the meantime, it's John at gardenamerica.com if you're not watching us on Facebook. And, with these pretty faces, why wouldn't you?
And then I want to follow up with Nick's question regarding the fungus that was moving in. And we did our research, and we couldn't find any specific one that was doing any harm, across the nation. I mean, we found lots of research about fungal problems in the Central Valley with crops and things like that, or there's that large fungus mass up in the Oregon forest.
Send you information, right?
Yeah, and he said, "Yeah, sorry, I heard it a long time ago. I was just following up. I listened to you guys a long time since Bruce was on the show, and but he didn't have any more info. He was just
and normally we like questions from 20 years ago, so you're not out of line, Nick, at all.
Yeah. Well, usually John can remember because he was only.
That's right. If it was last week, I might have a problem, but 20 years ago, no problem. But anyway, thanks for being a loyal listener. We appreciate that.
Thank you, Nick. Yeah. Through thick and thin, basically.
Okay, Rick up in Grants Pass says, what kind of soil do melons like? I heard that they really like a more sandy soil. I would say, in general, most plants like a sandy loam, something that drains really well.
A lot of drainage, and it's not hard, and you can grow right through it.
Yeah. Do you know why plants like soils that drain well?
Well, a few reasons. Is this a joke or is
No.
Well, I imagine, first of all, the roots aren't going to rot.
Right, but the reason they're not going to rot is sandy soils allow more oxygen into the roots.
To flow through there.
Right, where clay soils, the soil particles are so small and held together so tightly that they exclude oxygen.
So you wouldn't need to add perlite to sandy soil?
No, you never would.
That you never would, but you would with other soils.
Yeah, I usually I would never add perlite to an outdoor soil anyway. Not because it wouldn't work, but because as it works its way to the surface, it just, when you water, it just floats away.
Can't you put those little styrofoam beads they put in boxes when you get something in the mail?
Well, that would blow away, not even have to worry about washing away.
Hey, just like that, one more segment to go. It is 45 minutes after the hour here as we broadcast live on the Biz Talk Network and, of course, Facebook Live. Questions, comments on Facebook Live. You can also reach us at 855-424-9825. How about an email question for John today? John at gardenamerica.com, coming back with Tiger John, Bryan, Maine here on your Saturday.
Do you have insects on your roses? Do you have borers damaging your trees and shrubs due to stress or the drought? This is Tiger Palafox with Garden America Radio. Ferti-lome Tree and Shrub Drench is a great product that will give you season-long protection against many insects. Ferti-lome Tree and Shrub Drench can act as a preventer or a curative for insects that suck, chew, or bore on your plants. This may be the easiest product to use. Simply measure, mix in a bucket, and pour around the base of the tree. One application can last up to a full year. Protect your trees with Ferti-lome Tree and Shrub Drench. Find it at your local independent nursery or fertilome.com. ferti-lome.com.
Hi, this is gardening expert Melinda Myers. Keeping the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite slow-release nitrogen fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 10 weeks. The non-burning, non-leaching formula provides a slow and consistent flow of nutrients. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for over 90 years. Milorganite for better results. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
Hey travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1769. 855-325-1769. That's 855-325-1769. Got an old car? You can donate it, whether it's running or not, to the United Breast Cancer Foundation and save a life. They'll even come and pick it up for free. The United Breast Cancer Foundation has saved hundreds of women's lives through their free or low-cost breast screen exams. But now they need your help. The United Breast Cancer Foundation wants to save more lives through early detection by offering women free or low-cost breast screening exams. And donating your old car, SUV, or truck, whether it's running or not, helps pay for them. Plus, you get a charitable tax deduction. Help the United Breast Cancer Foundation save lives by donating your old car, SUV, or truck. Call now for free pickup. 800-245-0473. 800-245-0473. 800-245-0473. Call right now. That number again is 800-245-0473.
Life insurance is one of those things that just about everybody needs, but few people actually have. Hey, if you die unexpectedly without life insurance, guess what? You'll leave your family with even a bigger mess. Life insurance will help replace your family's income. It'll help cover burial expenses. Life insurance can even help pay off debt like credit cards and medical bills. Life insurance can even pay for college. And if you own a business and you die, life insurance can help your business from collapsing. It can even help cover estate taxes. Life insurance has never been more affordable and needed. Plus, you can always shop around even if you have a plan and save some money. So call the Life Insurance Quote Line right now for free pricing information.
800-915-9658. 800-915-9658. 800-915-9658. That's 800-915-9658.
There's no question you need omega-3s. But which form should you take? Fish oil or krill oil? Scientists have debated this for years. Luckily, there's a new solution to satisfy everyone. It's called Krill Omega 50 Plus. It combines ultra-pure fish oil and joint-soothing krill oil together in just one tiny pill. It's so powerful, it can promote the health of your heart and your arteries. And if that wasn't enough, it can also boost your joint comfort in just days. We're so sure Krill Omega 50 Plus will work for you. We'll even send you a free bottle to put to the test. The debate is over. It's not fish oil or krill oil. It's both. And now it's free. Just pay $4.95 for shipping and claim your free bottle. Call now.
800-834-4690. 800-834-4690. That's 800-834-4690.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
It is 51 minutes after the hour here back on Garden America. John, Tiger, Bryan, our last segment. Those of you watching on Facebook, thank you so much. Biz Talk Radio, earlier on in the show, first hour every week, AM 1240, and the replay of the first hour every Saturday afternoon starting at 2 p.m. on AM 740. We did get a little hint from one of our listeners to talk about the trip to England, which we will do. But first of all, a couple of questions to answer.
Well, quickly, we had a note from Marcia, who wanted to know about planting tomatoes in containers and what type of soil she should use. And you want to just have a good, well-draining potting soil. The one I would recommend using would be the Fox Farms Ocean Forest potting soil.
Which includes a couple of tools.
You can use that sometimes, but you can use that straight.
Yeah.
So
there's nothing else you have to add to it.
Nothing you have to add.
Then the EB Stone Recipe 420 is one that I think is kind of comparable. John likes the Ocean Forest better. But, again, those are soil mixes that are already kind of
there's
pre-mixed.
A lot of really good potting soils out there. I haven't used the EB Stone one yet.
Yeah.
But I grow a lot of roses, and that's the one I found best for roses because of the amount of perlite in it. But tomatoes aren't quite as fussy about the drainage. Roses are.
And then I will say you get what you pay for in potting soils because there are some very inexpensive bags out there, which are fine if you mix them with a lot of nutrients, a lot of fertilizers. You check, like you're saying, the perlite counts and things like that. Some people do that. Some people buy an inexpensive bag and
mix their own cocktail.
Right. But I agree with John where there are bags out there that they do it all for you and you can take it home. You plant right then and you're ready to go. So that's good.
And if you are going to grow tomatoes in containers, I would suggest you check out the super dwarf varieties of tomatoes because they're perfect for container growing. They'll get to be about 3 foot tall maximum and a full crop of tomatoes all season long. So if you want to read about the different varieties available, you can go to gardenamerica.com and look for the super dwarf tomatoes.
And while you're on gardenamerica.com, excellent suggestion from one of our listeners. We've got a trip coming up to where? England.
I'm not sure that spaces are still available, but I think they are
because
we haven't taken it down yet.
Yeah.
So if you do want to join us, 1st of July at the Hampton Court Flower Show.
Hey, what better than spending 4th of July in England, right?
Well, exactly.
People
Where
ask
it all
me,
started.
Well, people say, do they have a 4th of July in England? I said, yes, they have a 4th, they have a 5th, a 6th, a 7th, and so on.
If it wasn't for England, there would be no 4th of July.
Absolutely.
So anyway, we'd love for you to join us at the Hampton Court Flower Show, and then we're going to be touring that part of England, spending most of our time out in the Cotswolds and at Oxford. So if you want to see a day-by-day itinerary, just go to gardenamerica.com, and right on the homepage, you'll see a link to the trip.
Right.
And then when you click on that, you'll see another link that goes to the day-by-day itinerary. You can find out the cost of the tour.
It's a tailored trip, by the way. This is not a cookie-cutter trip.
Well, our tour guides, besides you, Tiger, and myself, in England are going to be 2 English garden writers. And they will allow us to go into private gardens, not only the public gardens, the famous ones like Sissinghurst that we'll be going to, but into some private gardens. And because they're private, they're not open to the public.
Well, right, but what confuses me is we're climbing a fence. So does that still mean we're allowed in there?
No. No, and just so you know, Bryan, wherever you see a fence, you're not supposed to climb it.
Okay.
We had trouble with you on our last tour. I remember I said always look for a gate. If there's no gate, don't go over the fence.
But I did introduce you to some new species of plants, and you were very, very glad about that.
Of course, I appreciated that.
And also our newsletter. You want our newsletter because that contains information, great articles. John spends a lot of time on the newsletter.
I do spend a lot of time. And
that's free. Just give us your email.
Yeah. GardenAmerica.com. Just go to our homepage, and in the upper right-hand corner, put in your email address, and it'll start coming out to you once a week.
Give you information on upcoming guests that weekend, and news articles, things you need to know. And it's nice to get every Friday, kind of a little little thing to look forward to every Friday. And then, it, like I said, it talks about the upcoming show and who our guest is going to be and the articles that John writes.
Yeah, and if you happen to be busy in the morning, because people do have lives, they can't always be glued to their radio set from 8 to 10 every Saturday morning. But if you see in the newsletter, I'd really like to see this person, but I'm not going to be able to listen to the show live. We archive our shows for, I think, up to a year, right?
Is it a year?
Yeah. If you go to Biz Talk Radio.
Yes.
So you can just say, oh, I really want to hear that person. Next week when I've got time, I'm going to go back and listen to the rebroadcast.
Now, when you go to Biz Talk Radio, make sure you go to the weekend shows. We're under the category of weekend shows.
Right.
And then from there, Garden America, and you should find those archive shows.
Exactly right.
Okay.
I want to give a big shout out to Betty King, who just gave us a 5-star review on Facebook.
Wow, thank you for that. We need that.
What is a 5-star review?
It's the best you can get, John.
Yeah.
So anybody
better
else,
than a 4-star.
Anybody want to give us a 5-star? We really appreciate it.
I didn't know you were able to put stars. This is so confusing.
You know, the more we get 5 stars, the more people that subscribe to the newsletter, the more people who watch Facebook, the more likely we are to stay on the air.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, this could go anywhere. This could go south real quick.
This could go anywhere.
This could go south real fast.
Well, you and Tiger are getting older. You know, and how much longer are you going to be able to do this?
I'm telling you, it's getting hard. I help Tiger to his car every day.
The shuttle picks me up.
Yeah, you're fine. You're an Uber guy, yeah. Uber, hey.
Hey, I did want to say, since we have a minute,
yes.
associated with Rick's comment on the soil using for the melons, and
right.
we recommended the sandy soil. The other thing that sandy soil also helps with the vegetables is just disease, like mildew and things like that, on the plants themselves. Because if you have soil that doesn't drain and that just stays wet, the area is humid, you've got fungal issues and mildews and things that develop, and then that translates into melons. And melons specifically, I don't care where you are, they get mildew. And, so again, that sandy, well-draining soil is important for vegetables to prevent those fungal issues from plaguing your plants later on. And they always plague it at the worst time, like right when the fruit is becoming ripened and, looking good, and then all of a sudden you look and it's got mildew on it or, black spot or anything like that. So,
well, thank you very much. That does it for yet another weekend. We so appreciate you watching us on Facebook, Biz Talk Radio. We appreciate it. We love the 5 stars, too, by the way, for the entire crew. I want to thank Zach. I want to thank Brandon. I want to thank Jeremiah. I want to thank Tiger Palafox. John Bagnasco, I'm Bryan Main. Have a safe weekend. Enjoy your week. We're back here again next Saturday, 8 o'clock Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern Time Zone. Till then, get growing, America, and don't stop.